Hey guys, how's it going? So, I'm walking to class. I actually started walking really early, uh, like way too early, to go to class. So I have like a solid 20 minutes or so. I just wanted to like hit you guys up with an update. So yesterday was pretty cool. Yesterday's video is either already available for you guys to see or in the process of processing. It's about 45 minutes in or so. I mean, no, sorry. It is a 45-minute video or so. I think I uploaded it maybe at like 6 a.m. Now it's like 6:40. Actually, I may have been right. It probably is like 45 minutes in or so to like the upload. So it probably is already finished uploading, so I recommend checking that out. I did a 150 Dragonstone multi-summon on Dokkan Battle. That did surprisingly well. Like, it was already 8 minutes, like, since I had streamed, but already had like 9 views or something like that. And I feel like it wasn't my normal subscriber base that was watching, anyways. Like, I feel like it was people who were interested in Dokkan Battles videos specifically who happened to catch it live. So that's really cool. I'm glad that people are digging the Dokkan content, and since there's already like a big audience for Dokkan content, it really helps motivate me to make more of it. Um, Getting the Dragon Stones to do these multi summons is a huge grind. Um, but I feel like what I'm doing is still like not that big of a grind. I watched Unreal Entertainment's Dragon Ball Xenoverse Battle Royale live stream. That was really cool. But on that stream, he gave away a Dokkan account. He just like, and it had like LRs on it and everything. That's really insane. That's like next level. Because that's not just a grind to do one video. That's a grind to do one giveaway in one video, where the main thing of the video isn't even that like you did something on the account. You know what I mean? So I mean, I'm not grinding that hard. But that's pretty solid. Apparently Dokkan Battle hit like the top of the Google Play or iOS store. It was kind of vague the way that they like did the announcement, but they did a big Dragonstone giveaway. Because I was just trying to do another 50 stone video, right? The 50 stone multi summons. But when I saw that I could have the possibility of doing maybe like 150 or more, I jumped on it like as soon as I could, to try and get you guys that content. I had to grind a little bit to make sure that I had over 150. Then I tried to get all the Dragon Balls together to get more Dragon Stones, but I forgot I'd already made that wish on Shinron, and that apparently you can't make the same wish on Shinron multiple times in Dokkan Battle. So I didn't get any more stones out of the wishes, but I got a bunch of Awakening medals, and that'll be cool. I've still never Dokkan Awakened a character, and I'm not sure if that's an interesting video to do or not. Probably not. But it's something to think about. Right now I'm just walking around campus. I'm headed toward the business building, which is the one that's straight ahead. There's the library, which is where you get the loud background noise. But it's really nice out here. I always walk to class. I don't drive. I don't have a car. I also don't have a license. I just wanted to let you guys know that it's not like by choice, wow, he's really cool, he likes walking. Actually, I do prefer walking over driving. I mean, if I didn't, then I probably would have a car and a license. But I don't really care for driving that much. But yeah, I wanted to do this video to kill a little bit of time, get you guys updated on a few things, tell you guys to check out a few videos, of course. So like I said, I got the multi-summon live stream thing that I did this morning. That was really cool. Other than the multi-summon video, we have the vlog from yesterday, finally uploaded. It's like 45 minutes long. Watch however much of that as you want. We do a little skit in there, which is pretty cool. You get to see some ping pong action and a few Q&As. I feel like those are some pretty high highlights. The reason why I'm going to class so early is, one, I always go to class really early, and two, I want to study for my accounting test. So you guys saw me study for macroeconomics, because I study with Kevin, and you guys like talked with us in the live stream chat. We talked like the different questions from the study guide, and you guys tried to answer them as I was answering them, and I thought that was really cool. And me and Kevin knocked that test out of the park. Well, I know I did. Actually, yeah, I wonder how well Kevin did. I haven't hit up Kevin in a minute since we did the Blocked Worldwide vlog. By the way, that vlog isn't blocked. We assumed because we played a bunch of music we didn't own that it would get blocked, but it didn't. So if you guys want to check that video out, that's another one that I recommend. It has a lot of cool music. As a matter of fact, I'm listening to SoundCloud now. Normally my phone would kick me out of my music, but I think because my headphones are in, it doesn't care. So that's really cool. So I can listen to my songs while I talk to you guys, which is something I normally don't do. Like on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Live streams, I've been told if you listen to music, it can really help you with your playing. But you know, I want to be able to hear you guys who are talking to me over the stream. And even with like the normal game music and sound, sometimes I like to turn that down, if not off, so I can really put myself into the game with you guys, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm going to walk around a little bit more. So essentially, macroeconomics, which is a class that I thought I'd have a lot of trouble with, is one that's been really easy. And accounting too, which I also thought I would have trouble with. I'm not a big math guy, and that's weird to a lot of people because I do like programming. But for programs, as long as I like know the formula, I can make a program that can do a problem like so many times without me ever having to like think about it anymore, past like testing the program and making sure that it works. But I feel like programming math and actually just doing math and being presented with different problems are really different. That may seem weird to you guys, I don't know. But I know for my business calculus class that I took back in the day, the way that I studied for that final was I made a program that could do all the math that we were doing in class, but that meant that I had to look at the formulas and equations and double check and make sure that the program was working right. And after I made that program, the test was just like a snap, and I just did it. And I actually did really well in business calculus. I didn't do really well in business pre-cal. I actually had to retake business pre-cal. But I think at the time I didn't know how to study for a math class correctly. So now that I'm in this accounting course, I'm kind of working on getting my groove back for studying and getting everything done in that way. Because in accounting right now, I have a 73, where in macroeconomics I have like a 96. And now that we have a test today, I really need to put like my nose to the grindstone and study. Sophie and her friend Sean came over the other day, and that was really cool. Because when Sophie and Sean came over to study, we were able to get some study time in. Also, thanks for the like, I really appreciate it. We were able to get some study time in for accounting, and I studied for hours yesterday. Yo, good morning, Jash, and happy birthday! Bruh. I sent you a couple birthday messages, but I didn't give you a stream shout out. I just realized that just now. So here's your stream shout out, Jash. Great to see you. Dude, how was Dollywood? It's been a minute. For those of you who don't understand what's going on, Jash is on the stream. He hit me up with a stream post. Greatly appreciated, by the way, Jash. And good to hear from you. Yeah, I'd love to hear about like how your birthday went and everything. Oh yeah, he says, it was great, man. Thanks for the love. Nah, man, thank you for the love. Always appreciated. Dude. But right now, I'm waiting for 7 o'clock. That's when they open the business administration building. And then once it opens, like I said, I studied really hard with Sophie and Sean last night. But now I got to hit the studying again and study even more. So yeah, I think it'll be good for me to like make sure I get like maximized study potential. Dad felt that the vlog stuff might have been getting in the way of my studying, but if anything, I feel like the macroeconomics vlog really showed how like the vlogging and schoolwork can really work together, and I really enjoyed that. Speaking of the vlog, my subscriber count, so in the last 28 days, I'd actually gained like 18 subscribers or so, but yesterday it fell like pretty hard, because we had hit 454, but now we're like at 448 or something like that. Like, it fell throughout the day, and apparently YouTube had a glitch yesterday where a bunch of YouTubers' subscriber counts went to 0. And I hadn't heard about that until I was watching the Unreal Entertainment live stream I was telling you about earlier, where he was doing a Xenoverse live stream. And he was freaking out on his stream because he saw that his subscriber count hit 0 flat. I didn't have anything weird like that happen, as far as I'm aware, to where my subscribers, like, bottom out completely. But it was really weird to see my subscribers in, like, one day fall from, like, 454 to, like, 448. I mean, that's, like, a significant drop. And for his thing, he had dropped from thousands of subscribers to 0, which was, like, really dumb. But his thing got rectified and went back up. Mine didn't go back up, but I don't think mine was a glitch. I think I just actually lost subscribers. But I feel like that makes sense, because a lot of subscribers that I have probably subscribe for, like, specific content, right? And when they start getting notifications for content that's, like, not the kind of thing they're looking for, or maybe they hadn't been watching my videos, but they've been subscribed, and with the recent volume of videos, they're, like, more or less getting spammed kind of thing, then I totally understand, you know. And I feel like that's just a natural thing that just happens over time. Now, if I learned it was a glitch, would I be upset? Yeah, I would be upset, because there's a big difference between the natural rotation thing and YouTube fucking up. Though that'd be a really different situation. Dang, I actually don't know what time it is. Oh, it's 6:53. Okay, cool. So I can go for like 7 more minutes or so, because they legitimately don't open a lot of stuff until 7. Speaking of, like, weird hours and times, doing things at the Charger Union is really weird because they close really early. And apparently there's a way for you to do a summer meal plan, which sounds baller, because we didn't do that. We did the groceries option, and the summer meal plan, I think, was like $550 or something, like $550. I may be wrong on that. Feel free to double check me, most def. But $550 doesn't sound bad, considering that we did groceries throughout the summer, and I have no idea how to compare those costs. Like, which would be worse? I'd have to look at my grocery record. But I think every time I go get groceries, like a full set, it's like $50 or so. So $550 is like 11 grocery trips, but I would have a consistent meal plan to where I always have something to eat. So, like, fuck yeah. I go to $550, sounds great. But also, that's assuming I've been to the grocery store even 11 times or so, right? Also, I'd have to change my schedule up a little bit, because I have to make sure I'd have time to go eat. Because with my eating once a day thing, I've already eaten. I actually ate last night. It was like midnight. I did my exercise, and then I ate my breakfast kind of thing. And with stuff like that holds me over for all day today. And then tonight at midnight, I can do, like, the same thing over again. But with the meal plan, it wouldn't be as flexible. You know, I can't at midnight decide to exercise and then hit up, like, Dunkin' Donuts or something. By the way, I would have fucked up a Dunkin', dude. This is like a meal plan. Forget about it. Their hours are garbage. I'll give them that, because they close at like 2 p.m., but I only eat once a day. I just have to be able to show up once to fuck up a Dunkin'. But I'd probably get like a Big and Toasted, and I don't know how much the meal plan would cover for Dunkin'. Like, I don't know what menu options I'd be able to pick from, because Sandella's has a meal plan, like, menu, so you can see what you can get. But I hope they'd have the Big and Toasted on there for meal plan. It's a fucking breakfast sandwich. It's like one of the most basic things I could imagine them putting on meal plan. But I love getting their Big and Toasted, and now they have the summer culotta flavors, which is pretty dope. Ooh. I just think that was a cool shot. That was it. But yeah, Dunkin' would have been really cool as like a thing, because I'm all about that breakfast food. One day, my friends need to catch me when I, like, haven't eaten yet. It is lull. What class you got right now? Accounting is what's about to come up. I'm gonna, like, study pretty hard. In macroeconomics, I have like a 96, but in accounting, I have a 73, and we have a test today. Last night, though, Sophie came over with her friend Sean, and we did a huge study section. They were studying business calc, which I've already taken, and I was studying the accounting 2 stuff, which Sophie's already taken. So we were just going over everything, and I thought that was really good because I've gotten like a solid refresher over a lot of the material that we've done. The formulas, which I'm surprised about, I actually remember really well. Let me check the time again. Okay, like 3 more minutes. Yeah, I have time. So like the contribution margin is like sales revenue minus variable cost. Contribution margin ratio is contribution margin divided by sales revenue. Then you got the allocation rate, which is total cost to be allocated divided by some cost driver. Then you have the contribution margin income statement, which is sales revenue minus variable cost equals contribution margin minus fixed cost equals net income. Then you have the break-even point in units, which is fixed cost divided by contribution margin. Then you have the break-even point in sales revenue, which is contribution margin divided by, fixed cost divided by contribution margin ratio. Then you have break-even point plus desired, break-even, it is, the formula kind of gives away what it is. It's break-even point plus desired profit in units, which is fixed cost plus desired profit divided by contribution margin. And then break-even point plus profit in sales revenue is, I always flip it real quick. Okay, fixed costs plus desired profit divided by contribution margin ratio. And those are like all the formulas. I just said like every formula I need for this test. It's the terms that would get me, because they're all really redundant. But what I used to help me with the terms is I visualized a bunch of shapes and colors, which is really weird. But it's like for a cost pool, I imagine the individual cost as like circles on like this white landscape. And the indirect costs have allocation rates, which are illustrated by red lines. And these red lines each diverge into a cost pool, which is like a square. But then you have direct cost, which are also circles, but they have green lines. And those go into triangles, which represent products. And that really helped me like break down the definitions into a visual map. So when I think about the different definitions and terms, I can like see all these images and like use the map in order to break it down. Yeah, Jash just said, what? But yeah, I don't know why I decided to go with the visual map thing, but the more I like drew it out in my head as like a big concept map kind of thing, with the different circles connected to the different shapes with the different colors, I just had a bunch of mental associations I could draw and pull from. My sociology teacher thought that was really cool. I had sociology last semester, and the way that sociology, the way that we would do the office hours is that I would talk about course material, and he would ask me like, so what do you think of this concept? And I would draw an analogy to like a comic book or like what was currently going on in Dragon Ball Super to the sociology concepts. And he said I was really good at being able to draw the parallels between like fiction and course material. And I think it's cool. It's just like a way for me to learn the material better. I even study while like watching Dragon Ball like videos, like discussion videos. And as I study, I try and like pull those parallels together. I try and like find what I can to connect the material. And I feel like it's really helpful. I'm not sure if that works for everyone. I know my sociology teacher said that there's no way he could read a book while also hearing like someone else talk, and they talk about like a different thing. Jash says, when you realize 100% of your vlog viewers like your video, truth. The Titus. Let's see. How much time do I have real quick? Oh, it's like 7:01. Yo, Jash, it's always a pleasure. Once again, happy birthday. Happy
belated birthday. Jash's birthday was yesterday. You guys make sure to post in the comment section, happy birthday to Jash. Highly appreciated. Every like on this video is another wish of happy birthday to Jash. Once again, shout out to Jash, my boy Jash, hashtag Jash. Jash is the best. Jash says, thanks bro, have a good day, text me later. Most def dude, bring, definitely will hit you up. Once again, thank you guys for watching. This is Jet Black logging out, and I'll probably tune in after class. What I mean probably, I will. We have the YouTube Yu-Gi-Oh live stream at 1 p.m. today, so make sure to check in for that. And thank you guys once again. Jet Black logging out. Happy birthday, Jash. Hashtag Jash is the best.
Hey guys, surprisingly a lot has happened, like in the last few moments. So, test-wise for accounting, I don't know. On the first test, I didn't feel like too weird walking out of it. Also, Christian the Spider, you are first, but are you also the first like? You are, it looks like it. Thank you kindly, Christian, heavily appreciated. When it comes to my accounting stuff, I don't think I did too hot this time around. Part of it was that one of the formulas that I knew by heart, I had to remember it halfway through the test. I had gotten some of the variables mixed up in it, which was really weird. Even on... Boom. So yeah. So, essentially, for the Accounting 2 test, don't know exactly how I feel about it. If I did better on the first test than this one, then that'll be like a uh-oh moment, to be honest.
And they all lined up on the block.
Oh, that was dope. 'Cause yeah, on the first test for Accounting 2, made a 72 or 73. Yeah, I know. It's a solid uh-oh, because the first one I didn't feel too bad, but this one I leave it and I feel weird. I know the first few on the test were surprisingly easy, because a lot of times what I like to do for tests is work it backwards. So I was working the test backwards, and it seemed like it was of a pretty rough difficulty. And then I got to the front of the test, and I was like, the fuck is this? It just felt like a really different test. And you can tell that his idea was to ramp it up. Oh, cool. Christian the Spider says he also works tests backwards. But you can tell that what the teacher was going for was to ramp up the difficulty as the test went. So because I did it backwards, I was hitting the harder stuff first, which I guess should be better, right? With the idea that your knowledge is being well tested, and then at the end you can kind of relax your mind more, but it just means that you work harder to start with. I feel like a few things that threw me off a little bit. He asked the class if we could do some review questions or whatever, which I didn't expect. I kind of assumed that the teacher would jump right into the test, but that's totally not what happened. So we did it a review question, and it was really easy. And I think that was another thing that annoyed me, because the review question was really simple, but then I jumped into the test, and only the first few problems were as simple as the review question. The review question was consistent with the kind of thing that we see on our homework. So the real thing was that the homework seemed easier than the test, which for a lot of my classes the opposite is true. They normally like to do harder homework, and then on the test you see similar problems where they're normally easier but in a higher volume. You just have more of them to do. So that was really odd. But yeah, I'm not super confident, but you also got to remember a lot of it is multiple choice, and by a lot of it I mean the whole test other than the bonus. But multiple choice, I wouldn't get your hopes up too hard. Getting a fourth of a test correct is not very good when you consider getting half of a test correct is a 50. Getting a fourth of a test correct is a 25. But it is interesting because let's say I do get a fourth of the test right on top of whatever I did know, then that could potentially be an alright grade, I guess. But we'll have to see. I don't feel very confident for this one. And it sucks because I'm pretty sure there's only like 4 tests. So the problem is that if you mess up on the first 2 and you get the next 2 right, I feel like you just get a really wonky average in the end. See how that should be a simple thing to know, but it's like math. I don't fuck with the math that hard. So I'm trying to get better, but I just need to know how. I need to know how fast. Like, one thing I can't do is like do shaky on the 3rd test too, and then understand everything by the 3rd test, because that'll only leave me really annoyed, because that would mean that like on the 4th test I'd do really well, which would show that I knew the material and like finally understood it, but then it wouldn't matter anymore. Like, I would have screwed myself over by then. So before this 3rd test, I need to get my act together, really understand the material and where I've gone wrong with the material, and then work to correct it. There's no current material for me to look over other than reviewing past stuff and trying to see if I can connect it back to the stuff on the test and figure out where I might have went wrong. Which is something that I'll think about doing. Because, I mean, I can see how that could be pretty helpful, but it's not like the biggest thing on my agenda right now. And I only say that because what I really need to do is put my best foot forward for the next part of my exam, like for the next one. So I just need to prepare to buckle down from when we start taking on new material, which is what I thought I did for this one. And I made sure that I knew the whole review sheet that I like made for the exam, but it just wasn't enough. And sometimes you just gotta try harder. And I accept that, so I'm gonna buckle down and work harder. And I guess for real this time, I thought I was for real this time, but I wasn't, I guess. So let's see, other than that though, because more has happened other than that. So we're going to go ziplining this weekend with Hunter's mom. And Jonathan has to come up from Shelbyville to get to Hunter's mom's house at like 7 a.m. So his big thing was he needed a place to crash in Huntsville so that he'd be able to make it. So he's going to be crashing at the dorm. Now, what's interesting about Jonathan crashing at the dorm is that he's going to be coming in like early Friday, like before 3 p.m. So with him coming in early Friday, and Mom wants us to go driving together Friday and to celebrate my brother's birthday, it's going to be a lot to juggle on Friday. So let's see, I've talked about school, I talked about the Jonathan thing, talked about my brother's birthday thing, the driving thing. So the next thing would be Skullgirls. I've downloaded Skullgirls mobile. I messed up in the second Skullgirls stream that I did because I forgot about the volume thing. So I got to keep the volume on my phone really low while playing Skullgirls. And then also the tapping of the screen, you can really hear it. I'm not sure if that's like a big negative or if that's just what's to be expected when playing a fighting game, to be able to hear the button presses. The big difference is normally your controller isn't also what's recording it. So you're not normally like beating the shit out of your microphone when doing like a fighting game contest. But I'll definitely work harder in school, organize things with my mom so that my mom understands that I gotta wait for Jonathan to pull in and move his stuff in before we can go driving. Hang out with Jonathan a bit, of course. I'm not sure if Jonathan is going to get a ride with his brother since he's in Huntsville to head down to Hunter's mom's place, or if he's going to now ride with me and Maddie. We haven't really gotten that far within like the planning process. Oh, also Jash says that he may be able to hang out later today, so that would be pretty cool. So things to look forward to. The Yu-Gi-Oh live stream, as always. I doubt I'll do another Dokkan multi-summon today, considering I spent up all my stones with the previous video. So expect one later on this week when it comes to Dokkan multi-summons, but it's probably not an everyday thing unless I really put a grind into that. Maybe some Dual Link stuff, because I'm still playing around with YouTube live streaming via mobile for like screen shares and games and things like that. But definitely expect to see more Skullgirls. I'm a big fighting game guy. I always loved the idea of filming fighting games and doing live streams and stuff and talking with you guys. But I feel like Skullgirls will be like a great way for me to do some fighting game multiplayer stuff with you guys and really show off what YouTube's gaming mobile live streaming capabilities like can do. Because I think fighting games is like the perfect platform for that kind of thing. Also, if Kirby's interested, catch these hands of Skullgirls, dude. I know Kirby's gonna say that I need to get Injustice 2 so I can catch hands at Injustice 2 Mobile, and I had Injustice 2 Mobile, but I don't know, Injustice 2 Mobile's really weird. To me, it's really slow. Also, we got another viewer. It may still be Christian the Spider. It could be someone else. If it is someone else, make sure to hit me up with a message in the stream. Always good to know you're there. And also make sure to hit that like button. Always appreciate the love and support. But yo, Kirby, I'm challenging you. Drop the Injustice 2. Pick up the Skullgirls fam. We'll be on the same level in Skullgirls. And we can catch hands on an even playing field. Because I feel like Kirby's Injustice 2 level is going to be like up here. And I'm going to be like on the ground. Like, it's not going to be like a fair fight. But also, I just didn't really like how Injustice 2 played. Skullgirls, I like a little bit more. I don't like their style mode, essentially, where the computer fights for you, but you can choose to like do blocks and grabs midway. So it's really weird. Let's see, Jash says, he's asking what's my schedule for day. I'm going to hit Jash up and say that I'm free after 3, because that's when I'll be done with the Yu-Gi-Oh! Live stream. But yeah, I'm going to head into the dorm. The reason why I haven't walked up to the dorm is because I know it's really bad when it comes to live stream connection. Plus, it looks like they're pressure washing the sidewalk, so I feel like there's going to be a lot of background noise over there. But yeah, so Jash is going to try and hang out, which will be cool. I think Jash may have to work, which is one thing. Also, I got a butterfly floating around me. I wonder if I can get it in the shot. Yeah, that was slick. I like that. It's hard to make it like fly up toward me. But anyways, well, I mean I can, but just like not on screen. It always wants to float down. Until I get the grade back, that's one thing. Also, I did a bonus assignment that he hasn't put in yet, so I don't know how that's affected my grade. We had a homework assignment, well, a classwork assignment really, that we submitted, and we haven't seen that grade back yet. So there are a few things that could boost my accounting grade up higher, and with the accounting grade being boosted, it could be even better. You know what I mean? So with an improved accounting grade from that, maybe that'll help balance out the test grade. With Skullgirls, I just need to remember to keep the volume down, and you'll definitely see more Skullgirls probably later today. I don't have any homework. We haven't covered anything new in accounting, and I don't have macro until tomorrow. And last thing we did in macro was a test. Oh, Christian asked, what am I going to college for? Cybersecurity is my big thing. So, like, when I do math in my programming courses, it's like make a program to do math. And I feel like that's easier. For example, I can make a program that can, like, do a series. Oh, there we go. Stream's back. Okay, so where was I? Oh yeah, programming. So, I go to school for cybersecurity, and whenever I do math in my programming courses, I'm making a program to, like, do math. So the way that I make programs do math is I have the programs break it up into parts.
and the program will do the equation like a part at a time. But because the computer does all those parts in sequence and really fast, it can do these really complicated computations. But it does these really complicated computations with the greatest of ease. So when it comes to like making a computer do math, it's really simple. But when it comes to like me doing math, I'd rather not fuck with it. Like that's why I do programming in the first place. Thank you, I appreciate it. Well, good to see you, Chipper. Well, so yeah, the reason why I have to take accounting and macroeconomics and stuff like that is because information assurance isn't. There's no connection. Ooh, but good to see you, Chipper. Well, there we go. Yeah, I tried to go upstairs, which is what I normally do, but the live stream connection doesn't maintain over there. Anyways, but information assurance is a part of the business school, and information assurance is my cybersecurity thing. So let me make sure the camera isn't still frozen. There we go. I think we're good on the stream. Tell me if it's frozen or not. Yo, Josh, good to see you, dude. Where is the button? Oh, here's the button. Okay, so because information assurance is a part of the business school, I have to take classes. Okay, there we go. I'm back. So yeah, because information assurance, which is the cybersecurity major I'm going for, is in the business school, I have to take a lot of classes like macroeconomics and accounting, and it's supposed to make you more well-rounded in business, which it does. But the classes I excel at are the ones that are more focused in programming and cybersecurity. And the business courses, I don't do horrible at them, but when they're math-based, it's just not really for me. That's not what I really do. So macroeconomics is more like concepts so far, and I'm really good with concepts and like abstractions and stuff like that, and comprehension and being able to analyze things. You have to do the same kind of thing with data or with like reading or writing, and that's more where I excel, is like programming, literature, that kind of thing. Because, I read a lot of comic books and stuff. I know that sounds silly, but I mean, like, that's the basis of a lot of what I do. And I actually skipped English 101 by taking the advanced, like, literature exam back in high school. And I did it on a graphic novel, because it's, like, the kind of things that I read, the kind of thing that I'm exposed to, and what I compare a lot of my school stuff to is the fiction that I read. So like fiction is one of my big interests in programming and stuff like that, and I feel like that really pushes me to be a better student. We got 2 viewers. Make sure you smash that like button, heavily appreciated. We really love the love here. So with the accounting stuff, I just need to get better at it. I may not use it when I'm actually in the field, and by may not, I mean unless I'm making a program to, which is something I already know how to do, because I've already gone through advanced programming for stuff like this. Yeah, it's just lame. Yes. But it's something that I have to like work through, and I will work through it. And even though I currently have a C in accounting 2, he still needs to put in the bonus work that we did. He still needs to put in some of the in-class assignments. I feel like that'll help my grade. And I feel like as long as I keep killing it when it comes to like homework assignments and things like that, then I'll be able to boost the grade up. But I mean, that doesn't mean I can slack off on tests by any means. So I really need to pick it up when it comes to the tests as well. Like I said, Jonathan will be coming over Friday, and we're going to do zip lining over the weekend. So we're going to get some video of the zip lining stuff, of course. We also have a long road trip. Not too long. It's an hour there to Hunter's house. Then I don't know how long it is from Hunter's house to the zip lining place.
and then we got to go from the ziplining place back to Hunter's house, and then back to Huntsville. So there's going to be a lot of stuff coming that way. So feel free to tune in for that. I think that'll be really fresh. I won't hold my camera while ziplining, of course, but I'll be able to film other people ziplining. I'm not that savage. If I had a GoPro, maybe. You know what I mean? But that should be really cool, and we should be able to get a lot of cool footage on the road trip, and like pictures and stuff like that. So I'll be making sure to share content with you the whole time during the weekend. For my brother's birthday, I don't know what we're gonna do, but it's probably gonna be really cool. So I'll probably share some stuff for my brother's birthday. My brother and my mom are really camera shy. If you've noticed, they haven't really appeared in videos across the channel. So like I may or may not be able to share stuff from my brother's birthday. We'll see. So yeah, Jonathan, ziplining, brother's birthday. Jash is probably gonna come over today and hang out, which will be really cool. More Skullgirl stuff coming today, and of course the Yu-Gi-Oh live stream at 1, which is like an hour and 7 minutes. So I should start getting ready for that. Thank you guys once again for tuning in. Always appreciated. Make sure you smash that like button. Try to get this video up to 5 likes. Heavily appreciated. We love the love here, and thank you guys once again. This is Jet Black, the one and only, logging out.